German study finds 76% of patients previously infected with coronavirus experience lasting cardiac injuries similar to those found after a heart attack.
Here's a summary of the article.
One study examined the cardiac MRIs of 100 people who had recovered from COVID-19 and compared them to heart images from 100 people who were similar but not infected with the virus. More than 2 months later, infected patients were more likely to have troubling cardiac signs than people in the control group. 78 patients showed structural changes to their hearts, 76 had evidence of a biomarker signaling cardiac injury typically found after a heart attack, and 60 had signs of inflammation. The fact that 78% of recovered patients had evidence of ongoing heart involvement means that the heart is involved in a majority of patients, even if COVID-19 illness does not scream out with the classical heart symptoms, such as anginal chest pain, she told Stat. She is a cardiologist at University Hospital Frankfurt. In my view, the relatively clear onset of COVID-19 illness provides an opportunity to take proactive action and to look for heart involvement early. Taken together, the two studies, published Monday in JAMA Cardiology, suggest that in many patients, COVID-19 could presage heart failure, a chronic, progressive condition in which the heart's ability to pump blood throughout the body declines. The connection between COVID-19 and blood clots emerged later, after doctors began connecting the pulmonary aneurysms, strokes, and heart attacks they were seeing to the virus. He's concerned about relatively young people losing their cardiac health reserves, which typically decrease with age and can set the stage for heart failure.
This post received a score of 12,000, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Greater than taken together, the two studies, published Monday in JAMA Cardiology, suggest that in many patients, COVID-19 could presage heart failure, a chronic, progressive condition in which the heart's ability to pump blood throughout the body declines. It is too soon to say if the damage in patients recovering from COVID-19 is transient or permanent, but cardiologists are worried. Wow, the health implications for the general public could be enormous if the changes are permanent.
Yep, which is why we should stop only looking at the chance of death.
Amazing how comfortable people are with simply not dying right now.
It's amazing how comfortable people are with other people dying.
Shrug, they were going to die anyway.
I overheard a woman on her phone literally saying, "Well mom, people have to die somehow."
Perhaps we're discussing axe murders.
Note that this study was not limited to hospitalized patients. Well, shit. Came to the comments hoping for that limitation. Cue even greater fear of getting COVID as a young, healthy person.
I'm sitting here in my own bed wearing a mask because I have a persistent dry cough awaiting results of a COVID test. I think I'm fine, but who knows? Probably just allergies, or I could be sitting here while my cardiovascular system is being silently ravaged by a virus.
Just had my 4th COVID test today. Still negative. Crazy thing is I live with 2 people who had it, my fiancée and her mum. I think I might be naturally immune because I just don't see how I didn't catch it otherwise.
It seems like it really depends on the viral load you are exposed to. You may have had very mild exposure that your immune system fought off. Then again, you might be right and are immune, hopefully. I don't think I'm sick, but I also don't feel right. It's hard to explain. My chest feels kind of heavy and my lungs ache a bit. No fever, no shortness of breath, no high blood pressure. No rashes. No loss of smell. No aches. Just a dry cough and the feeling that something isn't quite right. Keep safe, friend.
You as well. That's true, but I'd think sleeping next to someone infected would be a great stress test, but I also don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't either. Internet_high_5.
I wish they'd mention how many people in the control group had the troubling cardiac signs.
Yay. Without that, the number is not useful. Other questions. How bad is cardiac inflammation? Does it typically resolve on its own? How bad is regional scar if it doesn't impact ejection fraction? What are the consequences of pericardial enhancement? I don't know the answer to these questions because I'm not a cardiologist, and the paper isn't aimed at me because I'm not a cardiologist, but the Popshi article does highlight similar points, and #X200B.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.